And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to round number 10, the championship round, here at Homestead of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series. As tonight we feature the final round of what's been quite the roller coaster of a championship series in the NASCAR Cup Series here at MEA. But nonetheless, a champion will be crowned tonight. The question remains, will we get a new winner? Can Bobbers get that first elusive win on the race season? A lot of stuff still to come. The drivers getting ready to go. We have one driver struggling to get into the race lobby. It seems like a connection issue, possibly. We are going to try to get AMS Tsunami in here, who's been co-commentating with me for the last so many weeks. But nonetheless, we are going to try to give USA MVP an opportunity to get into the race lobby, as he is struggling right now immensely. So stay tuned for double the laps here at Homestead tonight. The first 82 laps of this race, after the 2-lap pace lap, will be all green, no cautions for the drivers until lap 83 is started. And then after lap 83, the caution system will play its factor, will play its role, and will create havoc, possibly, who knows. But last time here at Homestead, we had one of the best races of the season, and hopefully we get the same thing here tonight. Stay tuned for round number 10 of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series here at Homestead. And let's talk about the starting lineups here tonight as we wait to see the arrival of USA MVP, who we are still waiting to see if he can get in this one. It's a long race here tonight. And let's see here. So the starting lineups here tonight. And the championship points leader and the title winner, the champion already this season, ESV Bobbert, starts on the front row here tonight alongside RZX JJ Reds, who challenged for the win against Kart Racer, who will be starting in the third position. It'll be a USA MVP if he can get his butt in here. Starting in the fourth spot. In the fifth spot, it's ESV Barco alongside JDMX Culture. LMP Amoeba starts in that seventh spot alongside Missile Vision in the eighth position. Ninth starting position is RZM Sean. Had a great run here last time, but definitely didn't have the best result. He'll start in that ninth spot. In the 10th spot, it's going to be BMS Aerovin, who wasn't very happy in qualifying, but feels like he found the pace and hopes that this will be one of the best races for him this season. He's had such a struggling season, and we obviously want to see him do well. As RZX Cam would have started the 11th place spot, is not here tonight, so ARC Samuel will start in that 11th position. In the 12th spot, it's going to be JRFD Blade, and behind him will be Frodo FM, making another appearance at the end of the season. It's Diamond 2014 gracing us with his presence in that 14th spot, and Flying Rosie in the 15th spot, rounding out the field. And I know that I kind of went off the thing there, but that was because USA is not in there, and I kind of lost track of where I was, so I do apologize. But if MVP does get in here, he will start in that fourth spot alongside RCX JJ Reds. So we are just waiting to give him a chance. Final race of the season. You want to try. And we got to get the regulations on now that I think about it, thanks to my awesome team Last time I think we had the same problem, so let's take care of that right now and get things together. This is a good opportunity for MVP to have a chance to get his stuff in line. Not sure what had happened to MVP, but nonetheless, he's got a chance. And the reason why we're putting the Forza regulations on, for those that are just tuning in for the first time with us this year or ever here at MEA, is the pit entry and pit exit is being utilized here at MEA. And we make the drivers use both the entrance and the exit. If the driver messes up on his exit and pulls up onto the racetrack, obviously that's unfortunate. But if the driver comes out of pit road automatically onto the racetrack, that's automatic penalty. That'll be a drive-through penalty for that driver. And we will hope that all the drivers, obey by the rules. That's usually not a problem here at MEA, as we have very well-respected drivers. And not only that, it's a big difference when you enter pit road at a different speed. There's no speed limit because there's no way to regulate that here at MEA or on the game itself. So those drivers will be trying to battle to get to pit road as fast as they can and out of pit road as fast as they can. One of the big factors of pit road, however, is not just the fact that it's a pain to get in, but the exit of pit road can be somewhat of a challenge as well. Too fast, you'll catch the grass. And coming out of pit road, there's a wall on the inside of the racetrack that just gives you enough room to fit your car between it and the exit to get back onto the back straightaway. With that being said, I will be the pace car, I think, at least start this race. I do believe we're going to give MVP a few more minutes here. It is a long race here tonight. 82 laps of green flag, non-stop laps to start this race. There will be no caution at the beginning of lap 83. So at the beginning of lap 83, the caution system will be implemented. That won't stop the race. It'll keep the flow of the race going. But that way we do get a flow of the race. It's been very beneficial the last time we were here and the other races we've done it. So it's something we've had to do due to the issues of just too many cautions early on in the race, and we need these drivers to get into some sort of rhythm. So hopefully that takes effect, as Sean was on the spin circle right there for a brief moment. And yeah, so just again, stay tuned. Round number 10, the championship finale here at MEA for the NASCAR Cup Series at Homestead, coming here soon as we get ready for the green flag tonight. Thank you. So we also have Sean rebooting his system. Oh, and did you look at that? Because we changed the Forza regulations, we also got to fix the grid order, which is kind of dumb. So we'll just double check everything before we get back. So we're going to do the starting grid order while we give Sean a chance to reload in. And not only that, we also got... well, the grid order is correct and set, so that's weird that it put itself back in its own. Okay. So Bobberts, JJ Reds, Kart Racers, your starting top three. Then it would be MVP and Barcode, followed by Culture and Amoeba. And looky, there he is, Sean, back with us. He wanted to make sure his connection was good for tonight. So Sean will start behind Missile Vision. And then it's Aerovin, Samuel, followed by Blade, Frodo FM, Frodo FM. It would have been Ultra, but he's not here. So Diamond Man, Flying Rosie, and we're still waiting for MVP. He's only got a few more minutes. So the timer for MVP to return is 4 minutes, and then we will go green. If he's not here within the next 4 minutes, we will be going green. So we've given him 15 minutes to try to correct his issues. This is not a race that is going to be quick. We do not want to delay this race as long as we can. And we have people in Europe trying to go to bed at a decent time tonight. So We want to try to get all our drivers in and out, but we also want to try to give the drivers an opportunity to race. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You can't control what happens all the time. All right, so we're just waiting for MVP. Stay tuned again, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 10 of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series here at Homestead. So for those that were here last time at Homestead, we had 3 cautions in the race, some of the best racing all season long, and we had a 6-7 car battle for the win with about probably 20-30 laps to go. It was really, really tight. We had a late race caution, and then Kart Racer had taken the lead and then had to defend from JJ Reds and LMP Amoeba very late in this race. And talk about one of the greatest MEA NASCAR Cup Series races here at Homestead that we've ever seen, possibly the best race of the season. This season number 5. And let's give Amos Tsunami another ring ding ding while we are remaining this final minute. See if Tsunami's all the way in another country right now, and he definitely probably fell asleep as we get ready to go. So with that being said, I don't think we're going to get MVP in here. We'll give him that last couple of seconds. But unfortunately, once again, for USA MVP tonight, he will not be able to compete due to some situation. Actually, he didn't have a problem all season long. So this is kind of a weird situation for him. He just hasn't had great races this season. But probably is a big bummer. Championship race. And there's nothing we can do about that. So we're going to get our drivers readied up, and we're going to take off with the 14 cars here in the A lobby tonight. It's good to see some familiar faces that have been with us all season long. This is the last time Diamond Man will be able to use any sort of paint scheme with a Marlboro sponsorship on it. And I'm just getting word that he got it. And he did. He just got online. So MVP will be making the race tonight. He is one of the luckiest guys I have ever seen. One of the luckiest guys. Just so everyone that is watching talk about. He is one of the fastest drivers in qualifying and has been a fast driver at these ovals all season long. Has been very competitive at the road course. So you talk about an all-around driver. So we'll give him that chance, but he's got to get in, and we are going to go. So will we get another winner this season? We've only had 2 drivers this season get 2 wins. Kart Racer and Barcode. Barcode with the wins at Sonoma and Coda. And Kart Racer has won at Indianapolis and here at Homestead. We've also had other winners like LMP Amoeba, Miss Katie Cat. We've had oh man, I can't even remember the list of drivers now. But we've had, oh, Sean was one of them as well. So we've had so many different drivers this season pick up race wins. It's been the most diverse group of drivers this season with wins. And we could get another one here tonight. So it's definitely going to be fun. I mean, I'm looking very much forward to this, because with the new setup for this car here at Homestead, it's made this track very competitive than the very first time we were at last time. And not only that, the racing was phenomenal last time we were here. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're about to run here. Oh, and there he is, the man with the plan. It's MVP. So we got him in his place, and we are about to get going. I have to drive around the racetrack. For those that don't know, Homestead on this game has a glitch for the first pit box, and if you go in the pit road, you will end up sometimes going straight through it. So so we had to fix, oh, I messed up. I had to fix MVP spot there because I had him one position too high. Oh, no, we're good now. We're set. So here we go. So everyone, I'm going to get on the track and enjoy my wonderful pace car skills. And then once we get out of pit road with the drivers, they're going to go around one more time. They'll double up on the back straightaway, and we will go green. So it should be a good one here tonight. 15 cars on the racetrack for the championship finale here at Homestead. There's your champion of Season 5, ESV Bobberts, will be unchallenged tonight. We're going to see a lot of good action. Bobberts, on the other hand, has never won an MEA NASCAR Cup Series event on an oval. He's had some road course wins, but this season he has not gotten one victory. He's been very consistent on the season, but could tonight be his night? Fastest in qualifying. Can that maintain in the race? Last time, it wasn't enough, so we're definitely going to see how this performs. The driver's trying to clear the track because some of these cones are horrendous. And talk about MVP not being able to load into the track. He's streaming while loaded in. Like this guy trying to take risks out there. We're going to try to keep these. Oh, I put some on the track. Oh, well. They'll have to fix that, but well, they're going to hate the first probably 10 laps of the race with those cones out there, but it's just one of those things that we can't just remove them ourselves. So these guys are going to go around. They're going to double up on the back straightaway, and they will go green. So round number 10 of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series about to start. Up next. Well, I didn't think that they were going to come out the way they did, so that was my fault. I was trying to get to the side and let them go through pit road, so my apologies for those that are watching. So due to my lack of awareness of where I could have pulled over on track, they're going to go around one more time because I definitely messed them up a little bit. That's my fault, not intentional, but nonetheless, it was something that had happened. So we'll give Tsunami one of those last invites to the stream and to the lobby. I think he loaded his game up, but I think he definitely went to bed. So we might not get him here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone 10 hard weeks here in the MEA NASCAR Cup Series to crown one champion, but this season is full of up and down roller coaster ride, and tonight will we see a new winner, or can somebody be a back-to-back winner again, or a third-time winner this season? It's Bobberts, it's JJ Reds. They go 2x2 through 3 and 4. And here we go for the final time this season. It's green at Homestead. And JJ throws a low block to start this one, going into turn number 1. That shut the door on Kart Racer for the moment. These two were racing hard the last time right here, but look at this, down to the inside. It's RZX JJ Reds to the inside, trying to lead the first lap in this race. Bobberts holds on to the outside line as they head into 3 and 4. Bobberts trying to maintain the outside line here. He hits the outside wall almost. And this lap goes to Bobberts right there. So Bobberts will lead lap number 1. JJ almost had it. I had to take a look at it for the moment. It was so tight right there. They're still 2x2 and 1 and 2 now. Spread 2-3 wide off of turn 2. JJ now looking for the race lead as they head into 3. Barcode way to the outside with JDMX Culture behind him. Bobberts gets the door shut on him, and JJ Reds will lead lap number 2. 2 leaders so far in this one, as USA MVP right behind them, battling for that 3rd and 4th spot as we hop on board with Kart Racer, as they are almost 3 wide with LMP Amoeba to the inside now as they go 3 wide down the back straightaway. But Amoeba will lay off just a little bit to get in front of Sean right there. And Bobberts back on the attack. He's going to battle for race position number 1 as they squeezed him way up in turn number 4, but JJ will just barely get across the line to lead that lap as well. And we're back to where we left off here at Homestead. And oh boy, JJ gets caught to the outside after battling with Bobberts. It's Kart Racer and USA MVP to the inside of RZX JJ Reds. 3 wide going into 3 and 4 now, and the unlucky guy between him is MVP, but look at him hanging on right there to the inside. He gives a little bit of a nudge, and Sean now covering that part. Oh man, Sean's trying to get his nose there as well. And wow, 3 wide making it happen, and MVP starting to try to break loose here. The charge, as he will take over the 2nd spot as we hop on with RZM Sean now inside the top 5. He started outside the top 5. LMP Amoeba smacks the outside wall off of 4. Sean to the inside of Kart Racer. They go 2x2 into turn number 1. Meanwhile, the race leader, ESV Bobberts, starting to get away from the pack. This is what you want to see right now if you're Bobberts, because he does not want to be involved in the midst of things. He wants to go out with a bang here tonight. And Sean not able to get the job done. Last time winner here, Kart Racer currently running in that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, further behind, Amoeba falls back to the 6th spot now. He's got somebody underneath him. I believe that's ARC Samuel. I'm wrong. It's ESV Barcode. Barcode now looking for the charge. Missile Vision right behind them as well. And these drivers are on the move. And that's BMS Aerovin right there inside the top 10 as well. Last time he was here, he had one of the worst races of the season for himself. He got into an early accident and couldn't recover much since. Right now fighting inside the top 10 and looking for more as he goes on the prowl against Missile Vision. It's LMP Amoeba though, caught to the outside of Barcode, side by side off of 4 now. And Barcode just not able to get the job done. He's going to have to keep on fighting if he wants to get that spot back. It looks like he laid off going into 1. That gave Arrow an opportunity to get underneath Missile Vision, who got blocked by Barcode right there. JJ Reds now, he fell all the way back to 10th after getting caught to the outside. He's looking for more as he tries to battle his way back to the front. Bobberts, on the other hand, he's gone. He says, hasta la vista, baby, because right now he's putting the laps down and putting them down good. The field is pretty much with each other right now as Diamond Man and JRFE Blade are battling back there for position. Meanwhile, Missile Vision on the attack of BMS Arrow. Or, I'm sorry, that was RZX JJ Reds. JJ got caught to the outside after I think they were nose to tail briefly right there. That brought Frodo FM in onto the battle picture. Frodo Frodo gets to the rear bumper of Missile Vision. That gives JJ Reds an opportunity to get away from the pack. Missile Vision now trying to play defense as Frodo FM is on the attack. It's Flying Rosie, however, who's kind of watching from the outside in. He's not in a battle, but he's looking for a battle. Frodo now to the inside of Missile Vision. Missile Vision doing a good job right here, playing on the defensive end. Frodo not being overly aggressive right now early in this one. It's a long race here at Homestead, but these guys are already, getting at it as we hop on with LMP Amoeba right now, still running in the 6th spot. It looks like all these drivers are kind of settling in a little bit as Sean has moved up another spot, but he's back on the defensive end. That's Kart Racer now going door to door with him. Sean throws it nice and hard right into 3 and gives them a nice run as they head through 4. They touch door to door. JDMX Culture, we haven't talked a whole lot about Culture this season. He's been in the midst of things, just hasn't really rang the bell that much. He gets to the inside of Sean. Now Sean's caught to the outside. LMP Amoeba looks to follow, but he looked to the inside for a moment to try to make that 3 wide. Sean is now trying to stay with it right here. He loses another spot to Culture. Amoeba on the inside. It's ESV Barcode trying to stick with him. Barcode looks to the inside of Amoeba, not able to get it there. He's pushing him right down the front straightaway, and it looked like he checked up to get behind RCM Sean for the moment. Sean, who's kind of on the defensive end right now, not able to break loose of this current onslaught of cars. BMS Aerobin now in the 8th spot trying to put the charge on. Meanwhile, at USA MVP is on the approach and on the attack. Sean, a little bit loose there in 3. Got to the back bumper of LMP Amoeba. Was not able to hang tight with it. He's going to lose another spot to Barcode. BMS Aerobin now to the inside of Sean. Sean not able to throw the block. But Sean does throw the block going into 1. And BMS Aerobin doing a fantastic job out there. But while this battle was going on, it's RZX, JJ Reds, Missile Vision, and Frodo FM. 10th through 12th right there trying to get involved in this battle. Kart Racer finally trying to get a little bit of space away from the field, but he's still got a good friend of his, JDMX Culture, in that 4th spot. Sean is falling back now. He's lost another spot. That's LMP Amoeba. And BMS Aerobin, I'm sorry, I had the wrong guy. That's BMS Aerobin losing spots right now. He's falling back to that 11th place spot. And man, they're fighting hard. A big block to RZX JJ Reds. And for those that are just tuning in, this is round number 10, the championship round of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series here at Homestead. Right now, the championship is all locked up to ESV Bobberts. But there's a second place fight for the championship right now, and you're looking at the 3 guys fighting for it. It's Amoeba, Sean, and JJ Reds. They're all running 6th, 7th, and 8th right now, battling for that final championship 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot in the points. It's Sean now to the outside of JJ Reds. JJ back on the offensive end. We haven't seen JJ at the front after getting caught to the outside, which made him fall outside the top 10 briefly. However, USA MVP is on the attack, and Sean will lose another spot to JJ Reds. What a battle right now, and what a race we have here at Homestead. It's basically how we left it the last time we were here, and kudos to these drivers making it entertaining right now. And I gotta tell you guys something right now. ESV Bobberts is the race leader, but he's got some company coming. MVP, who had a lot of problems before the start of this race, connection issues all around, and was able to get in that last second, was able to come online and let us know he is charging hard right now, and Bobberts trying desperately to get away. Behind them, however, Barcode has gotten himself in to prime spot P5 right now, fending off LMP Amoeba, who's on the offensive end. JDMX Culture and Kart Racer, they're trying to get a rhythm here, but they haven't really dialed in. The last time we were here, Kart Racer didn't get it together until about the last 30 laps of the race, which he was a rocket. But you know who else was a rocket at the end of the race? A couple guys behind him. And those guys' names are LMP Amoeba and RZX JJ Reds, and they are coming. So far, so good here at Homestead. we will be going up to the front here soon as we find out if Bobberts is going to be defending that spot. So if Bobberts does win today, and if he does pull this off, he will be not only securing a championship with a win, but he will himself have a win on the season, which will add to the total of drivers that have won this season, which I think would be about 6 or 7. So we've had a very good group of drivers this season, and though it hasn't gone the way early on that some had hoped it would have, you know, it's definitely been entertaining. And I'm sorry, I used MVP's government name. MVP out there is reeling in Bobberts. So let's hop further through the field. I've got a little battle back here for 13th and 14th. That's ARC Samuel fending off Diamondman 2014. JRFE Blade has lost ground on these guys. And, you know, let's pull that map back up to the bottom left hand of your screen. You see the 2 leaders up front, Bobberts and MVP. They've pretty much taken off while the rest of the pack has been duking it out. But that middle pack right there, they're really together right now. And I think there's a battle going on for 8th and 9th. And look at this. It's Missile Vision trying to do more. Sean is back on the defensive end, and Sean is in trouble. He started off really good in this race. He fought himself inside the top 5 and has fallen back ever since. Most of these drivers have pretty much, you know, relaxed, tuned in their cars, and not pressing the issue. It's a long race, and you got to be smart. You got to be a little passive. As Frodo was able to pick off Missile Vision for the 9th spot to crack inside the top 10. And he's going to try to do a little more. Last time he was here, he was running inside the top 10 and actually up to 6th at one point, but for some odd reason was no longer in the race after a pit cycle. And look at Amoeba. He's on the offensive end now. He is putting pressure on ESV Barcode as they head into 3 and 4, but it looks like it backfired on him. He got a little too deep, and that gave JJ Reds an opportunity to get to the outside. And I got to tell you guys, these guys are not going to back down from each other. 3 guys fighting for that final spot in the championship points. Amoeba, JJ, and Sean. And Sean broke loose of those other 2 behind him, and he sees this little battle going on in front. This is what he wants to see. He don't want these 2 guys getting away. The championship might be out of reach, but they got pride, and they got egos too, and they want to do the best they can and finish at the best position they possibly can. But oh, some problems there coming off of turn 4. It was JJ Reds, and JJ loses so much momentum, but he brought Sean with him. And just like that, it's starting to heat up there. Those are 2 championship, they were championship contenders. They're fighting for that last 2nd overall spot. Amoeba's probably thinking that's nice. Let's hop on with MVP, and he has reeled in the race leader, ESV Bobberts. And we got a race battle for P1 right now. And what would be sweeter for MVP than to pretty much cap off a pretty rough series for him with a win here tonight. And after all this problems he had getting into the race, this has definitely got to be on his sights, but it's not going to be easy. ESV Bobberts has said over the years, I got to get the first oval win in the series. I can't keep coming to these events, winning championships, and not getting the job done. But he's got a guy that's really hot right now, and it's going to be a handful for both of these drivers. And not only that, you got to think of the pit strategy. You got to think of how they get through the entrance, how they get through the exit as fast as they can. There's no limit to that, but you got to be smart. And when you watch these 2 battle, if you look behind, you can see 4 or 5 cars still with each other in that mid-pack, and they mid-front pack kind of deal. But looks like MVP got a little too deep there, got a little too high. He's going to lose some momentum off of 2. And MVP really putting that pressure on right now. We will check on the other guys here in a moment. Don't worry, we haven't forgot about those guys behind, but this is an important battle right now. We don't want to miss it. And man, these two have really taken off. Let's hop back there with JDMX Culture, who's still behind his good pal, Kart Racer. I mean, I gotta tell you what, the last time we were here, it looks like a lot of people did their homework and are really have really gotten better overall in their pace. And JDMX Culture, I gotta say, he's one of the highlights of this group right now. He was in the battle late in that race last time we were here, but he was so silent throughout that race up to that point. ESV Barcode, he was also a factor last race. He led some laps and unfortunately faded late in the race. But the guy behind him, LMP Amoeba was a rocket ship late in that last race when we were here, and could have won the race, but was fighting with really good talent in front of him, Kart Racer and JJ Reds. He puts the pressure on now, and Barcode says, I'm not going to give up that inside. I don't want to battle with you. I want to work together and be in this pack, and let's just hang tight with each other right now. Let's not overdo things. And it definitely spreaded each other out, as Bobber's still playing defense right now against MVP for the race lead as they close in on JRFE Blade, the first car on the lead lap, currently running in the 15th spot. And you know, one thing I love about Blade, and I know we're not on him right now, you know, let's hop on with Blade for a brief second, but the one thing I love about Blade is he comes to these events regardless of pace, regardless of how skilled he might be at some of these events. He comes, puts in the work week in and week out, and competes and has fun. And that's the type of people you want to have in your race leagues, are the people that are good racers, that respect the league, and don't give up no matter what. Blade is your guy, and a guy I have much respect for as we hop back onto the race lead behind him as MVP closes in the door. Barcode has taken advantage of something, though. Let's hop back there as Kart Racer fell back a position. And I'm not sure if it was him and JDXM Culture. It looks like Culture got a rough end of a deal there. He might have actually went in the pit road. He is. JDMX Culture is the first car down pit road, and that opened up an opportunity for Barcode apparently. Not sure how this will affect the driver as, oh, yep, Kart Racer enters pit road, and he's going to take the safe route. It's a long race. It's double the laps than the last time, 120. So you got 240 laps here tonight for these drivers. This Barcode took over third, but LMP Amoeba's still not done with it. Oh, he gets to his door. Just barely. Oh, Amoeba's hanging on. He's drifting. Let's hop back there because Frodo got caught up in it too. And man, it looks like they all saved each other. Wow. And LMP Amoeba and Frodo will both go down pit road. The same with JJ Reds. And it looks like Barcode as well, so pit cycles are happening, and my oh my, I'm not sure if that was part of a pit problem, but Sean will be the recipient of third now, and Bobberts and MVP have stayed out so far on the racetrack as we pull up the race map here, and MVP has lost ground on Bobberts. Not sure how that turned out for him, but drivers now coming out of pit road, and we'll see how that plays out. I can't find. No. Looks like we lost Frodo FM. So we lost Frodo FM during a pit cycle. That's very unfortunate. Sean has stayed out as well still, as JRFE Blade is now in pit road for the first time tonight. So we'll hop on with Bobberts while we wait for the full pit cycle to end, at least the first time around. Bobberts will take his pit stop. That'll give MVP his first lead of the race, getting that quality bonus point that we all love to talk about. Third different lead change tonight. looks like with Frodo's Day coming to a close, we have 14 drivers still out on track, and MVP wanted to secure a lap of leading, as Sean's going to try to take the lead and get that lap as well across the line. And I got to think he's going to do this for that bonus point, and he is. Leading a lap, bonus point for RZM Sean. He's got a fast boy behind him with Kart Racer who's trying to catch up to Barcode. Not trying to ruin anyone's day, but if Sean wants to get down to pit road, oh, he's got caught to the outside. And, oh, he's going to miss the pit entrance. Not what he was hoping to see there, and unfortunately for him, he just didn't have the run that he was hoping to have after leading that lap, and that opened up a door for Kart Racer and JDMX Culture. Just too late on the pass for them, for at least Sean. And that's going to help out JJ Reds a little bit, who got involved in that little skirmish not long ago. So here comes RZM Sean down the pit road. He's going to try to get in there as fast as he can after losing some of that ground, and he's going to get in there pretty quick. That should leave. Oh, Diamond Man's actually going to go into pit road, so he will not gain that lap. Bobberts will retake the race lead through the cycle. MVP has lost ground too. Not sure how. He lost a lot of ground though. As we go through the field here and take a look at everybody. So pit cycle is taking its toll. If you got in there at the right time, or you got slowed up because of traffic, or you had a bad entrance or exit, this is going to be the first time we see the field pretty much separate from one another. JRFE Blade, the only car a lap down, as you see RZM Sean now coming out of pit road, and Sean's just got to take this nice and easy. Don't overdrive the car here. He comes out of pit road just in time, but I don't think he has enough pace as, oh, maybe he does. Here comes JJ to try to clear the pass, and oh, that's no problem for JJ. He has the momentum, and Sean back to work, but not far off from where he wants to be, I'm sure. Still a lot of racing to go, and BMS Aerovin, not sure what had happened to Aero. Having such a good run, he gets the pass on Diamond Man 2014 for the 10th spot, recracking the top 10, back on the move. And Roberts, with nobody to worry about, has taken off like a rocket ship. Now, I haven't heard or seen anything about someone having an incident on track, so those drivers are really manhandling their cars right now, and that's good to hear. They're working hard to try to avoid carnage. Now, they know the stipulations right now within the first 80-something laps that you cannot call a caution, but it's definitely something I think that some of these drivers are going to want, because Bobberts is gone, and I mean, he's taken off and he's checked out, and it's got to make you wonder what MVP did during his pit stop. Did he make a mess up through pit road as Amoeba gets by JDMX Culture? But that battle's not over just yet. I'm not sure what Culture did right there, but Amoeba's going to want to have to clear this guy, because Amoeba was really fast here last time, and I'm sure he doesn't want to have too many problems. Oh my gosh, and they're fighting really hard through 3 and 4. Amoeba, I'm so surprised that didn't go south. I mean, that was so tight, and he really put, the sheet metal down there, and I am shocked that didn't turn into some sort of, I mean, look at them. They're right on top of each other. And you got to think, for Culture, this isn't like him to be, I'm not saying he's being overly aggressive, because he's not, but we don't see this out of him. We don't see the fight as much. He's usually the guy that lays off, lets things kind of develop till late in the race. So seeing him battle with Amoeba right now is telling a story right now that he feels pretty good about that race car. And oh, it looks like Amoeba finally cleared him. And I think JJ and Sean were hoping that Culture would hold him off for just a little bit longer, but now, if Amoeba has the pace over Culture, we're going to find out, because he's broken loose. As we pull up the race map at the bottom left corner of your screen, you can see where race leader ESV Bobberts is, and right now he's closing in on 13th place driver ARC Samuel. And then it's going to be Missile Vision, Diamond Man, and BMS Arrowvin. And I feel so bad because I'm not sure what happened to Arrow. Flying Rosie, though, sitting in that 9th spot. And then you got about 4 cars here between 5th and 8th that we're actually sitting on. And Barcode might have found some pace right now. It looks like he might be closing that door, you know, on MVP, who was really doing a really good job reeling in Bobberts. And oh my, there's something going on back here. Culture having another mistake off the corner, and that opened the door up for RZX JJ Reds. And I'm sure Sean's thinking in the back of his mind, why? But right now, Culture having a little bit of problems off of turn number 4. You know, this is what we were talking about early in the race. He had so much, you know, momentum. He was doing a really good job. Slight little mistakes here early on, but still a lot of racing to go. So let's check the race map again. Everyone's kind of spread out for the most part. Not a whole lot going on. We're going to hop on with Samuel, who's still on the lead lap, but he's got some company. The leader of the race of ESV Bobberts, who, yeah, I'm sure you don't dislike him, but he's definitely going to try to put him a lap down, put another car between him and MVP. And it just seems like MVP lost so much through the pit cycle. It makes you really think, did he mess up? Because we didn't watch MVP pit. We just saw him enter pit road. So he might have had a really bad pit stop there. And Sam checks up the racetrack. But I think that hurt Bobberts more than it helped him. And we had a little bit of a glitch thing there. And it looks like Sam is possibly fending off Bobberts. I don't know. Maybe they just aren't coordinating this at all, but Bobberts will get on by. That slowed him down briefly. We'll hop back on with Amoeba. And Amoeba's under fire right now. He's got a championship rival. And it looks like Sean might have hit the wall. He lost a little bit of space between him and JDMX Culture right there. So, for those that are just tuning in, you're looking at the championship race here at Homestead of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series, where it's been a good one so far. We just got done with the first green flag stops. It's definitely separated the pack from each other, but it's been great racing nonetheless. I'm all by myself here tonight. I think Tsunami might have fell asleep. Oh, and we got a problem on turn 4! ARC Samuel collects Kart Racer. Oh my gosh. And Kart Racer. Oh my gosh. Bad situation for ARC Samuel. And oh my gosh. Wow. Not what you were hoping to see right there. That opened the door for Sean. It also took the life of JJ Reds, it looks like, and I think someone that's probably happy to see it right now is Arrow, who's been trying to reveal this field. And we got a car down pit road. Flying Rosie is in the pits as Amoeba is getting ready to lap down, or not lap down, I'm sorry. ESV Barcode's getting ready to pass up ARC Samuel here. Not sure what had happened to Samuel there. The only thing that I can think of is he either caught the outside wall and it grabbed him, or he hit the apron and it put him around, which is really hard to do unless you're that far down there. The only other observation of it was he got into it with another car, but I don't think anybody was really near him at that time. And Barcode gets by it with no problem. So Amoeba now has space. Sean has space. This is where champions are made. The adversity starts taking effect. I'm going through the field, so I know this is a little annoying. But, you know, adversity, people. It's just one of those things that you gotta hang tight. You can't just let it get to your head. It's still a lot of racing. We're 20 laps away from the caution system being, initiated. So there's still a little bit of racing of strictly green flag runs here. As Missile Vision plays defense now against Diamond Man 2014. We'll chill with this battle for a moment. I think Missile Vision got by him. I think that's what happened. I see Diamond Man wiggle right there a little bit going to turn 1. Looks like Vision's got the run. So Vision has that covered. ARC Samuel, back on the racetrack after what had happened. And, I do feel bad for Kart Racer and JJ Reds, who unfortunately got caught up in it. I don't think anyone saw it coming. I definitely didn't. JRFE Blade, who got by Flying Rosie, and that Flying Rosie is flying. Literally flying. So there's that. But as we hop back on to race leader, ESV Bobberts. We've seen 3 lead changes tonight. Bobberts, JJ Reds, and MVP so far. And for JJ Reds, he's unfortunately a little ways behind because he got caught up in that little mess. And Frodo FM's the only driver that has unfortunately dropped out of the race where it lagged out. Flying Rosie back down in pit road again. Not sure what's happening. I think Rosie's lagging a little bit. But Bobberts is catching up to lap traffic now, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on here. I think it's more than one car. I think. I could be wrong. I really don't know. Rosie's coming out of pit road. I feel in a way we should probably stay off Rosie so no more connections. Because I know he's a guy that usually has issues with rate. Rosie's having an issue with... Oh no, Rosie's just picking up speed. He's definitely having problems there. Oh my. Not sure what's going on with Rosie. That's a scary situation. I'm not sure if he's on a wheel or not. Barco. We were switching from one to the other there. It looks like MVP is re-reeling in Bobberts again, though. Looks like he's found that pace. Bobberts now getting into lap traffic. We hop on board with him. We're going to take that map off. I hate when those maps are on there. I don't want to have it on there for you guys either. But Flying Rosie, 5 laps down. Had to be some sort of controller wheel disconnect that had, and maybe I was wrong, that maybe it wasn't ARC Samuel that we saw in the wall. Maybe it was Flying Rosie. Looking back on it, I might be wrong either way, but here we go. Bobbert's back on the prowl to put some laps down here. We'll put Blade down for the second lap. I don't know if you guys heard that one. I'm definitely trying to save my voice a little bit, being that I'm the only one here tonight, as we ride with Bobberts through the traffic. MVP, he's now getting the traffic as well. MVP, I mean, he's on the move again. I mean, I think MVP made a little mistake during pits, lost a little bit of that confidence, got out of rhythm for a little bit, but I think he's back in the rhythm. He's starting to put some good laps down, getting his head back into it, and MVP's on the prowl, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that battle for the race lead happen again. Bobberts still having, you know, a heck of a time with Diamond Man. Hasn't got around him just yet. I'm not sure what Diamond Man's going to exactly do here. And Bobberts, you know, he really wants this win today. I mean, I know he's already won the championship. I know you guys are probably thinking, what does he have to prove? Well, he doesn't have a win yet. And not only does he not have a win yet, but he's never won on these ovals. He's never had the opportunity. Well, he's had opportunities, but he's never had that feel to get one of these done in a series that's where this stuff matters. And right now, he's got to feel good about himself as MVP starts to reel in that boat again. And MVP's coming. Like, he's on the way. I think people know this, but he's on the way. Hopped with JJ Reds, who was involved in that, you know, spew a little bit ago. He's actually tracking down JDMX Culture, so a 6th place battle in the works. RZM Sean reeling in a lap down driver, currently running in that 5th spot. Quite a bit of ways from LMP Amoeba. All these drivers a little quiet right now, but just like MVP and JJ, Amoeba is also tracking down a driver he had a little bit of a run-in earlier in this race. That's ESV Barcode, and Amoeba is on the way. We're closing in the final so many laps of just only green flag runs here. Not only that, they got JRFE Blade coming too. Let's pull up that race map for a moment. And MVP's reeling him in, guys. I mean, it's happening. it's happening. Trust me. And it looks like Culture is now being approached by JJ Reds for the 6th spot. JJ was really fast late in this race last time he was here, just like Amoeba was. And involved in some unfortunate situations, but he's back on the prowl. Looks to the inside. Looks like Culture's found his rhythm again too, but I think JJ's just a little bit quicker than he is right now on the track. And you know, sometimes you get out of rhythm when you lose drivers, and Culture's going into the pits. He's going to make a decision here to pit now and forever hold his peace. So pit decision by Culture. He's going to get in no problem. MVP, in the back of his mind, is probably thinking, can you please move? But here's the other thing too, guys. MVP is another one that hasn't won yet this season as well. So right now, he's going to try everything he can here to get by this lap car as fast as he can and try to continue that momentum he has with Bobberts right now. Let's hang on here and see what happens and how this plays out. It looks like Diamond Man's going to give him the outside, and he will. We got a driver going down pit road. That's Missile Vision. And look at the crossover by MVP, and I'm not sure if that was coordinated in the party that they're both in, but he did not delay, I think, MVP as much as he had been in front of Bobberts. And looks like drivers now in pit road. Barcode already down in pit road. That brings down LMP Amoeba. For LMP Amoeba, it's been one heck of a day in that car right now. He's been trying to do everything he can, but so far so good as he's been reeling stuff in. JJ Reds as well. He's in pit road right now, trying to get back into rhythm. So the drivers are in the pit cycle right now. ESV Bobberts stays out on the racetrack. He did, I believe, pit a little later the last time than these other drivers did. As you see Missile Vision now coming out of pit road. And this is the situation that happened last time, though. But in this situation, MVP was a lot closer. So MVP is going to need a good pit stop this time and not have really any problems as he gets ready to go by Missile Vision here, who just came back onto the racetrack. And, I mean, we're up to 4 drivers on the lead lap right now during cycle. And lap 83 has begun, so the green to the end is gone. So Bobberts goes down into pit road. Ooh, he almost clipped the grass right there. MVP will take over the race lead. So MVP is the race leader. RZM Sean is out on the racetrack as well. I think MVP will, well, looks like MVP, nope, he says I'm going in. So MVP goes down in pit road. Let's pull up the race map. We might be able to see what his little dot does. It looks like it's doing good. And he's getting in pit road. So Sean will take over the race lead. He will pit a little bit later than these guys will. Again, only Sean, MVP, JJ Reds, and Bobberts have led our lap in this race, and I totally forgot about Sean earlier, so Sean did lead a lap in this one. The only 4 drivers to lead at all tonight. And he's going to stay out a little bit longer, so Sean trying to regain some of that confidence he might have lost from earlier. Now, Sean had a good early run in this race, ladies and gentlemen. He was up to 3rd at one point. He eventually got caught by a kart racer battling for position, got hung out to the outside, and fell all the way back to 10th. Now, last time we checked before the cycle had begun, he was running 5th. So right now, he's probably just trying to get a couple more laps in there, hoping that some of the guys are in traffic, having some problems, and not only that, bad pit stops, trying to take, advantage of the clean open air and space he has as a driver right now, which is so important. So Sean trying to take a little advantage of this opportunity, and he's out front and doing a great job. Bobberts, on the other hand, back out on the racetrack, and whoa, wait a minute, MVP again. And he had another bad stop. I'm not sure if it was the entrance. I think it's his entrance. I think MVP is having really slow entries into pit road, and that's probably what's hurting him right now, because it didn't look like his dot was doing that bad, but he might have been going a lot slower, because right now he's being challenged by ESV Barcode, who's right there, and he's also got more company from LMP Amoeba. Both of these drivers behind him have had a win this season. Amoeba won the first race here at Homestead, as Diamond Man is now down. Oh, Diamond Man, hang on. He does. Good job by Diamond Man to hang on to that car. And, Bobberts has had flawless pit stops so far. Sean back out on the racetrack. Let's watch Sean leave the pits as that battle between those two gets on. But you see that entrance right there, that exit. It's so critical you get that right. You don't want to get too wide, and you don't want to hit that wall. He's back on the track, getting back up to speed, so good work by Sean to have a good pit stop. Barcode on the offensive end, trying to challenge MVP. I feel like MVP overall has the better car on track, but he's not making good use of his pit stops right now. Looks like MVP's on the move again. So MVP got with the program real quick. However, battling in the back, JJ Reds and Culture. It's not over yet. And Culture, he's showing signs of good pace today. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is round number 10 of the MEA NASCAR Cup Series, the championship round at Homestead. We're right now watching the 6th place battle between JDMX Culture and JJ Reds, but you missed one heck of a start to this race. And until the pit cycle began, everybody was so tight. Other than Boberts and MVP, who were way out front of the lead, and then you had basically 3rd through 6th just running in a train and duking it out. But because the green flag stops, they've been pretty much, bouncing around a little bit. You pull up the race map here, and you see where Boberts is at. You see where MVP is at. They are a turn away from each other as Boberts just continues to expand his lead. JJ, on the other hand, he's trying everything he can to get by Culture here. We will hop on, or I should say we'll stay on this battle for a minute. And these two just continue to go at it right now. It's kind of the only battle we got on track. JJ still working on Culture, and this is a battle that's been going on for at least over almost a dozen laps now. I definitely put something on my controller. I'm trying to clean it off while we watch this battle here. JJ's doing everything he can. It's just, I feel like Culture has gotten so much better since he's kind of dipped out of that the flurry of stuff that they were all in, because for a moment he kind of was just starting to fall back. But I think now that he's got kind of just one guy behind him, he can kind of focus on that a little more, focus on his line just a little more, so it doesn't make it as difficult to be on the offense and the defensive end. These guys are still going at it. Let's see if anything else is going on. I doubt it. Well, I'm wrong. Amoeba has finally gotten to barcode, and not only did he get the barcode, he passed him. So I do apologize that we weren't on that battle. And I think not only that, I think Amoeba might be faster than everybody else on track right now. We'll find out, because he's going to start tracking. He's going to start chasing, MVP here. Boberts is still going through lap traffic, as we've been green this entire time so far. JJ's still working. I mean, JJ wants to break loose, but Culture's just making it really hard. That might be the extreme glue right there that we saw. And JJ finally getting to that door side, starting to put the pressure on. JJ not giving an inch. He really wants to go here. He's going to clear him, but will that be enough? Does JJ have the pace to break loose of this draft that, you know, Culture can kind of sit on right now? And I think he does. I think that was a good job by Culture to fight for as long as he could, but JJ's now got the opportunity to break loose, and I'd say that's a done deal. Amoeba, he's broken. Yeah, he's broken loose from Barco. Barco's faded. And he's catching MVP. MVP's probably frustrated right now. He knows he's had good pace already. He just can't get everything gelled together right now. And Amoeba might be the one driver that could track down Bobberts and make his day hard. I mean, Bobberts is up front, still trying to get through traffic right now, but we're going to see, you know. Blade will stay high there for Bobberts. No problem. So, yeah, I mean, ooh, we got a battle. I don't know who that is. I'm trying to hop on with the right one. Yeah, it was Samuel getting by Flying Rosie there. Missile Vision's approaching. But yeah, MVP. He's not had the day. Like, he's had a good car. I think the pitting is what's hurting him right now because he's caught Bobberts a couple times. He definitely had him early on, and then both pit stops, he just had really bad stops. I think it's just entrance and exit for the most part. So let's hop back, check on JJ and see if he's getting loose. It looks like he is. Culture's not doing a bad job though. I mean, he's still sticking to him. They're getting up to Diamond. Now this might play a factor for both of them. Say this is the longest green flag run we've ever had. Now, in the old system, the situation that happened on turn 4, Culture got to his bumper going into 1. But the situation we had in 4 would have brought out a caution. However, because of the longer race and the extended allowance and the fact that we had to implement a certain lap limit this season for cautionless as Culture, man, he's gotten back by JJ. But because of that, it stayed green for those, you know, so many laps. I think it was around like lap 40 something that we saw that happen. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but JJ back here on the offense, and they just swap spots again. Let's check another camera view. Let's hop on the roof of JJ Reds as they go 2x2 off of 2. I don't know if we're getting the good old what's it called? said it earlier, the replay cam BS. Nicest way to put it. But sometimes you really don't know if they're hitting and all that stuff. And right now, that probably is what had happened. We're on the roof cam of JJ Reds, the battle for 6th right now against JDMX Culture. And there's 2-3 lines on this racetrack. So these guys can really go at it. You know, they don't have to try to, you know, utilize one area of the track. He gets right by him again. Culture staying on him though. Rear camera view right there. Culture just won't break loose. Let's go check the camera view though of an MVP. Let's see how that looks. Oh, would you look at that? MEA is reeling him in, and he's coming for him. An MVP, you know, as he got by ARC Samuel there, it puts a car between him and a MEA, but I don't know how long that's going to hold him up. As Flying Rosie coming out of pit road. I think JJ's talking in that chat, man. Let me through, come on. But Samuel's holding his speed right there. He might let no. It's making lap traffic a little rough for Amoeba. Amoeba's on the offensive end here. Oh. Got by him. I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, he got by him. With the Diamond Man thing out of the way, they're both still moving forward with each other. I think if you're JJ, you're probably thinking like, dude, get off me. I'm trying to go, man. Bobberts is coming, too. He's about to put the 9th driver down in this race. It's BMS Arrow inside the top 10. Bobberts is putting them down one by one, and could this be Bobberts' day? It's looking really good right now, as you know, there's a lot of racing still to go. But right now, he looks solid out there. He's running a really good race. And you know he's dialed in, and it's easy to do that, you know, when you're not fighting for anything anymore, and you got the championship, you know, taken care of for yourself, and now you can go out there, be a little bit lax as Arrow lets him on by and going down a lap for the first time tonight. But he's got nothing to really worry about, and that's, you know, that's something you know, these other guys don't really have. But Meeba's struggling to get through lap traffic right now, and MVP got a little bit of gap. But look, oh, and Barcode, oh, he caught the grass, but he saved the car in the pit road, and we just got on with that. And Barcode, that could have really costed him. Gashawn was not far behind, and that might put the battle between them, as JJ finally starting to spread the gap here with Culture. Now, I mean, this is probably the furthest they've been from each other since he's gotten in front of him the very first time during this whole battle. But Culture's been able to, you know, kind of reel himself back. I think Culture actually is going to go down the pit road. Let's watch Culture, since that was really our only battle for the time being. No problems for Culture. I think Kart Racer's coming down too. He is. Kart Racer, he's trying to recover after that incident early on on turn 4. Arrow now just getting by all them, and I'm sitting here juggling cars right now. Missile Vision, there we go. Out there all alone, and without a sweater. If you got that, that was a SpongeBob reference. He's going in pit road, it looks like. Bobberts will stay out. Bobberts, you know, it's feeling good. I mean, you gotta feel this good right now. You're in the lead. No one's been able to really challenge you since the start of the race. He's probably hoping for no caution. I mean, this is. I know he's hoping for no caution. That would be the silliest thing to say. This guy don't want a caution. See JJ in pit road. Barbers is going to have the majority of the field lapped by the time he pits. Amoeba coming out of pit road right now. I didn't mean to do that. But we got Amoeba coming out. Let's hop on board with him. Looks like he got out no problem. And Barcode's coming, but Barcode made that mistake. We're going to see how bad that mistake hurt him. And it definitely... Actually, I don't think so. I don't know, man. Yeah, it hurt him. It definitely hurt him. Trying to get an idea who's in pit road. Looks like Arrow. Yeah, looks like Arrow. Bobberts is now going in pit road. Let's hop on with Bobberts here. Smooth sailing for Bobberts. I mean, he's making pit life look simple. And I think I want to watch the one with MVP this time. I mean, we've seen it. We know it's happened. Now the question is, how does he adjust? I mean, we know he's fast. We know he's had a good car today. But he's got to make the pit stop worth it. It's a late entry. Maybe he's trying to do something a little different. And that was a good pit stop for him. So I don't know what's hurting him right now, pit-wise. But Sean will take... Oh, my gosh. And that will bring out the caution right there. Wow. So that should bring out the race caution. So the caution comes out for the first time today. That's going to bring the field together. Pit road will be closed this time for every driver. That was a big mess of 3 cars. So for the first time tonight, we got the caution. That Samuel. So this will shake things up. So lap down cars will get their laps back at this time. So it looks like everybody from Aerovin back will start getting them back. Pit road did open up, and that will give these drivers that did not pit an opportunity. So Sean will be probably the lone soldier coming down pit road. So the pits open up and cars around the track. So they're going to go around another time. So an opportunity for these guys now. MVP and Amoeba. JJ looks like a beneficiary of the accident. Wow, man. Talk about timing of that race. Oh, someone wrecked in the grass. So this should be the last time around for the drivers. They'll double up, I do believe, on the back straight. I do apologize. It would be the following lap. They're going to go around one more time. Give some of these drivers an opportunity to get some of their laps back. Some of the drivers definitely need it. So after this next coming time around, they will be going green, whether drivers have gotten their laps back fully or not. So some of the cars will be a lap down going back to green, but the MEA was trying to be friendly enough to give them the extra lap during pit because there was about 3 or 4 cars that were a lap down, and a couple of those cars were a handful of laps more down, Flying Rosie being one of them. So they will double up this time, and for the second, well, this would be the first restart of the night. Bobbert's not probably excited about that caution because he had such a nice lead, but he's going to be able to show these guys that he has the pace to do it here tonight and defend them off for the final time, possibly. Lots of racing still to go. And here they go. They are doubling up this time. And with that, Bobberts will lead us back to green for the first restart of the night, and we're back at it at Homestead. A couple of cars off the lead lap, trying to gain their laps back, and Bobberts will get a nice, strong start off of that. We'll hop back in the mid-pack with JJ Reds. Let's hop on board with JJ. Well, you know what? Let's do more. Let's go back on the roof cam because we can play with the rear cam, as you see Sean getting in line back there. The top 3 trying to settle in. BMS Arrow, he slowed down, but I think he got just a little too slow there, and that really holding up the kart racer, who's now under fire from Sean right there, and Sean down to the inside to go door to door off of 2. He's not going to have the momentum, so he drops back in line. Meanwhile, the top 6 here are basically just trying to, you know, get back in the groove of things as we hop on board with Sean, but kart racer says, I'm not waiting. He's going to make a move here on Missile Vision, and Missile actually had a really good qualifying, and not only that, inside the top 10 right now, trying to do some battling with kart racer. Diamond Man Samuel now fading just a little bit here off the restart. Sean trying. Sean's got the pace. He just got to keep that consistency, and I'm sure he'll get back up to it, but look at that. A little bit of a wall tap there from Missile Vision, slows him down, and Sean will take over that 9th place spot. But Missile Vision's not done. I just watched JJ real deep in there, and he's going back to work there with JDMX Culture, and those two have had history all night. I know I say history as if it was like history, but we should say they've been going at it all night, and it's been a really good battle for these two cars. these two drivers, and they've been really respectful with one another, having a lot of fun, but they got some company with BMS Aero there. And Amoeba, I'm not sure, did he lose that spot on the restart or not, but battle for the race lead between Bobberts and MVP. Top on board with the lead battle right now. And MVP is looking to the inside and trying to take the lead for the first time, or, well, I wouldn't say the first time tonight, but the first time in a lead battle. And that would be Bobberts that lap. So only Bobberts, MVP, JJ Reds, and Sean have led laps tonight. And if I'm wrong, I'll have to go back to the cam or the video after the race. But Barco trying to make something happen here. Maybe he's found something. And, you know, being in the draft with the other cars, it really is a lot helpful because it keeps you, you know, within their grasp. But once you lose the draft just a little bit, you know, that's when things go wrong. And look at that, MVP, ladies and gentlemen, to the race lead. And I don't know why I was sitting on that, but new race leader, MVP. But if you're Bobberts right now, you shouldn't worry too much. Your pitting has been on par all night long. This thing continues to go green. You know, you've had the best pit. Oh, Bobberts hits the wall. Oh, and so does MVP. And MVP gets way out of line. And Barcode now trying to go for the race lead. And the big turn of events here. Barcode, your new race leader. Barcode trying to lead a lap in this one here today to be the fifth different leader. And he's going to do it. One bonus point to ESV Barcode. Now Bobberts kind of caught to the outside with JDMX Culture to the inside. And he's got RZX JJ Reds trying to follow, but Bobberts forces himself between the two drivers, and he'll get back in line. Meanwhile, MVP has fallen all the way back to the 8th spot, but looks like he got back up to speed. Definitely unfortunate. It looks like he must have caught the outside wall, and that's what Bobberts tried to avoid. Barcode in an area he's probably not used to being in on these ovals, and he's seen a couple of leads this season, but hasn't maintained them for a very long time. And look at that, back at it again. Bobberts to the inside. Amoeba's trying to get there, just can't do it, but Bobberts doing a good job again. He's on the offensive end, and look at that, BMS Aero to the inside of RZX JJ Reds, and we talked about early in the race, he's got a really good car here tonight. Could be a factor at late if he can stay up to the front and battle. Bobberts really going hard, and I'm telling you what, this is something Bobberts hasn't had to face a whole lot tonight, is the battling on track, and this is something that JDMX Culture has been dealing with because RZX JJ Reds has put so much pressure. I mean, they pretty much have put a lot of pressure on one another, and here we are at it here midway through the race, or over midway through the race now, and we're seeing a really, you know, up and coming run here by JDMX Culture. And look at BMS Aerovin. He was able to get it through, and he'll pass JJ Reds. And JJ now to the inside of Aero, though. The battle of battles. Oh boy. And that's a caution. Caution will be called for that because Flying Rosie also involved. And Barcode will be your race leader on the following restart. So with that caution, and that was so tight there for Arrow and JJ and all that stuff. So that was the second caution of the night. Looks like Rosie jumped the gun just a little bit. So let's check on Barcode's fuel situation. Still pretty good. So pit road is open, and it looks like we got 0 takers. Now it looks like Arrowvin's going to go down pit road. That would be Arrowvin. So Arrow getting a warning for driving too fast entering pit road. That is an easy mistake, especially being that quick throughout the race. And then we haven't really seen a whole lot of those pit stops. Barcode taking the outside line. So I do apologize. Normally I mute myself for that. All right, so Barcode to the outside and MEA to the inside. Barcode trying to take advantage of that outside line as we go into turn number 1. And he will send us back to green for the second restart of the night. And he makes quick work of it, and no problem. And Amoeba did not get a good jump there. And look at Bobberts. Oh, man, 3 wide? Is that 3 wide? I think it's 3 wide. Missile Vision hangs onto the race car, gets really loose. But that'll keep it green. He saved the car. Bobberts battling to the outside of Amoeba, and this is not the guy I think he would want to see in front of him right now, being as hot as Amoeba's been a good portion of this race. And MVP back on the offensive end. Amoeba is on the offensive end, but not only Amoeba, JJ as well. Challenging Ultra there. You gotta think Amoeba really wants this tonight. Guys finished runner-up in championships so many times in the past. Won't be able to get that title this year in the MEA NASCAR Cup Series, and a championship he would love to see his first title in. But I'm sure he doesn't want to let anybody else take the fun away from it and try to get that win here tonight. He was the first person to win here this season out of the 3 races back at week 2 in what was one of the most chaotic races we've ever seen. And Barcode, you know, he's got to feel good. He's got a pretty consistent drive tonight. He doesn't have to do a lot. I mean, he's just got to maintain his pace, maintain his lines. If you get the guy underneath or top of it, you just hold on. So he's a veteran. He knows not to overdrive the car. Meanwhile, MVP's trying to regroup. It's been a rough. I wouldn't say it's been a rough day. It's been a challenging day though, none the least. Not least to say, I should say, as we hop back with Arrow, who's got some company with Sean there. Sean's been really quiet through this race. He's stayed out a few pit cycles just to kind of be up front and run some of that fresh open space, but a lot of work right now still to be done and a lot of racing still to go. And look at this, battle for the race lead, and it's a MEA that gets the line there. MEA leading the first lap of the night. And Bobbert's trying now to work on Barcode, and I don't think that's going to be too hard to do as he gets to the inside, but Barcode's not done yet. He's been really consistent, like I said. I mean, you just don't want to overdrive the car, and it looks like he's just going to let that one slide, let his teammate on through. Yeah, MEA now is going to have to play some defense here. And if you're JJ and Sean, you want Bobbers to put all the pressure on the world on MEA right now. And if you're MEA, you're going to do everything you can to deny Bobberts his first win of the season, and Bobberts is going to do everything he can to make it happen. I'm really impressed with Culture tonight. He's running one of the best races this season for sure. In the top 5. He's got some good challengers behind him right now, doing a really good job holding them off. Top 6 going to work. And Sean's probably thinking, man, I wish I could get to the tail end of that. Because if Sean breaks loose, he just doesn't really have a drafting friend out there to really stick with this pack. I mean, these 6 cars right now, they're nose to tail, so they got some momentum within one another, but it doesn't really help as much as like it would at Daytona or even Indianapolis. I think the draft at Homestead is probably the most realistic of the 3 tracks in Forza. But nonetheless, it's really good racing right now. Ooh, Barco got to the inside of Bobberts there going into 3. I don't think Bobberts was ready for that. And it's brought some friends along with him, and MVP now looking to the inside for a moment on Culture. And this car, I mean, this 6-car pack's hanging strong. I want to go back and check on everybody else, but it seems like Sean and Arrow are doing fine. Kart Racer seems to be having troubles, and oh my gosh, we got a 3-wide battle here. And Barco trying to squeeze. I think he does. And this is kind of what happened last time, because last time we saw, you know, a 6-car battle, the 4 behind the top 2, well, not so much the top 2. It was actually Bobbers that was getting away, but regardless, they were duking it out so much. Bobbers was able to run away, and then by the time MVP got to break loose, he had a lot of work to catch up to him, and this race right now is between well, everyone still. I mean, it's still far from over. JJ working on Barcode. He's trying. JJ had a lot of good running. I mean, if JJ can get by Barcode, I'm thinking right now you're looking at the top 4 fastest cars possibly on track right now. I think Barcode's doing a really good job, and I just don't think he has the pace that the other 4 have. So if JJ can get by Barcode, I mean, JJ hasn't really been the overall best in the midst of battle tonight, but I mean, he's done a really good job nonetheless. I just think everyone else has caught on from the last time they were here, especially Culture. He's done such a phenomenal job up to this point. And Amoeba and Barcode are going down pit road. Let's try to take a look at what these two are doing. They both get through pits just fine. All hunky-dory there. So that might be the door that JJ personally needed open. You think Bobberts will probably run for a little while. Let's just check the fuel here. They got a few more laps or so in the tank. I think we did lose someone. I'm going to take a guess and say Flying Rosie. Oh no, it was Missile Vision. We lost Missile Vision. No. I thought it was going to be Flying Rosie. I thought Rosie was having problems. Missile Vision's out. That's so disheartening. And JJ Red's coming down. Oh, JJ caught the grass. Oh no. So sad. Bobberts is in pit road now. MVP is your new race leader. He's out in front of Amoeba. Hosanna lap. And there goes Culture down in the pit road. Culture getting through. Hopefully no problems there. And we see him pop out, so it looks like he had no issue. And, you know, this is kind of, if you're Bobberts, this is probably what you want. Is MVP in front of Amoeba, and Bobberts having another really good stop. Bobberts with a fantastic pit stop. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if MVP really ruined anything for him. JDMX Culture coming out of the pits now as well. I didn't see Amoeba's exit. We didn't see it, so I don't know if he messed up on the exit, but Bobberts has another phenomenal stop here today. MVP is just chilling. He must have pitted later at some point. I feel so bad for Vision. He had such a good car today. And MVP being in front of Amoeba, that is probably frustrating for Amoeba right now. Who knows how long MVP will stay out this any longer. I still think Amoeba might have the fastest car on track. If you're Bobberts, you're probably happy as can be. Barcode on the other hand, he's starting to fade. JJ's, you know, his mistake costed him. So he's not even in that mix anymore. It costed him, what, 3 spots? Looks like. If I'm Amoeba, I'm just chilling, man. MVP's really pushing this car, huh? I assume he's going to pit this lap and the next lap. It's going to be the next lap. Oh, he's pitting now, but he does such a late entry. It's crazy. Oh, no. And he really, oh, he hurt himself dearly there. Oh, no. Oh, MVP's around, but it's all him alone. That is a shame. And Arrow will get a lap led. And he's got plenty of fuel in the tank. I'm telling you. This actually, I think, works out better for Arrow. And let's check Sean. Sean's not good. Sean's trying to extend this as far as he can. But Arrow is good. Arrow's solid right now. I would say Arrow's, if this stays green, I think Arrow has the advantage because he's got many laps still to go here. What about Diamond Man? I see he's still out there too. Let's take a look. Nope, Diamond Man had to pit. He's going to pit this time. That means Sean's going to have to pit the next time. Sean was down to 4%. And here comes Sean. Let's hang on with Sean and see how he goes. Oh man, he almost had a really late entry too. And there he goes. Good pit stop, Sean. Good job for Sean. Arrowvin on the other hand. He might not be the fastest car on track right now. And honestly, if I was Arrow, I don't even want to deal with JJ. I want JJ to run away right now. Because I think Arrow has advantage here. And this is going to be really exciting to see here. Because he's got plenty of gas in the tank. Oop, we don't want to leave. I do have to let everyone know. My low battery thing came up. So if I disappear and that screen comes up, I promise it won't be very long. I'm trying to see how long these batteries, because my rechargeable broke last. Oh wait, Sean got loose coming out. Nope, Sean's okay. Good job, Sean. If Arrow can make it to lap 200 without pitting, I think he gives himself a really good chance to win tonight. Oh! Who was that? It was JRFE Blade. Round off of turn 4. Thank goodness no one got involved. And this is I'm enjoying this. This is raising question marks. I don't know if he can make it to lap 200 though. I don't really know what lap we were starting to see. I think it was around 40, 42 or something like that. But it's going to be really close, I think. So I think right now the cool thing for Arrow, I'm sorry, I had to go do something there real quick, is he's going to be able to possibly take this to the end. I mean, not the current cycle, but if he gets in the pit road here, it's going to be close. I mean, he's in the draft. And, oh my gosh, JJ made a mistake. JJ's just as fast, so it's not, there's nothing wrong with this. But it's not helping either of them if they're duking to it. Arrow's going to really have to push this car as far as he can. I mean, the biggest issue is JJ's frame running. It's gonna be so tight. I already know he needs to get. I think he needs to get to lap 202. It's gonna be tight for Arrow. Like, it's gonna be so tight. I know I'm just sitting here watching him, guys. I don't think there's anything else on track to enjoy. Oh, I am completely wrong. Bobberts and Amoeba are back at it, and Amoeba got back by Bobberts. I do apologize, guys. I'm so amazed by the math right now. I don't think Arrow's gonna make it. Arrow's gonna have to start fuel saving, and I don't think he's gonna do it. He did lose JJ though. This is gonna be so tight. I don't think Arrow's safe. I don't think he's saving though. I'm really trying hard here, everyone. I'm really trying to do the math here. He's not gonna get there. No, I'm sorry. I'd say it was a good run at it, but not enough's there at this time. Unless a caution was called here soon, and then he goes pits, everyone stays out, because everyone's going to stay out until the last fuel window. They're not going to pit short. They have to come in again. So this is... oh, he hit the wall. Well, I don't think he's going to get there, guys. But we have a battle, though, and the Bruins making, or has been made. Bobberts and Amoeba duking it out. Race, possibly... Ooh. In there. It's Flying Rosie. Hasn't seen the best of days today, but good to see him back in racing action, that's for sure. Pull up that race map for you. Arrow in, crossing the start-finish line. I think Arrow's gonna be 10 laps short on fuel. Like, Bobbert's got a good run off of 4. And it looks... oh, Bobbert's going to put the pressure on him. Oh, Arrow's in pit road, so that answers that question. Not enough to get to the end. Amoeba is going to take over the race lead, and the battle for the win is on between Bobberts and Amoeba. This is going to be really good stuff here late, ladies and gentlemen. Just hang on tight, because these two guys have had a lot of history on track. Amoeba has probably been fed up with finishing behind Bobberts for the last few seasons. In his 3-season campaign prior to this, he's had 2 runner-up positions and a 4th overall in the championship standings. Tonight, he's gonna, if he can maintain this, I think he secures another runner-up in this championship as they try to go by Flying Rosie here, and Rosie being kind of a pick for Amoeba. This is a good chance if he can, and he does, and that separates him and Bobberts just a little bit there, and that's what Amoeba wanted. Let's check the map here. Let's see what else is going on track. There's Barcode. There's Culture. JJ Reds and Sean. And Sean is caught up to JJ. And the battle between Kart Racer and Aerovin. So Sean's caught up. Let's hop on with Sean. Trying to fight for a top 5 tonight. And not only that, a battle with this guy right here for the overall championship standings. Both these drivers out as of last week. Well, after last week, I should say, and now just fighting for, second, third, and fourth, with also the guy leading this thing, LMP Amoeba. Both of them would like to be up there fighting for a win, but a lot of work to be done here as Kart Racer is able to get on by Aerovin. They're working here. They're going to work. That's for sure. Boberts was able to finally get by Rosie. MVP, that's another one we forgot to mention. Oh, that's right. He spun out. How can we forget? Oh. Samuel just got real loose in one. He's not going to want to get in these fellas' way. Flying Rosie's lap down as well, with a little bit more than just a few laps down, so not a loss there. JJ still playing defense. Sean working it. This race has been a really good race. We've only had a couple restarts and a lot of battling, and the big thing tonight was pit stops so far in this race and how it's really played a factor, because when these guys have been really tight with each other, off of the start, the restarts and everything, they're still running 6-car packs, So when the pit cycling has begun, that's when you really find out who can run those lines best in entry and exit. And you're seeing, mistakes being factors and all that stuff. And JJ, he's in this predicament because his last stop, he caught the grass. And look at Sean trying to challenge, using that sheet metal. Putting a lot of pressure on JJ. If I was JJ, I'd just settle behind him, don't press the issue too much. You don't want to get caught in a bad spot. And Sean with the pass for 5th. Can JJ respond? I just don't feel like the time is just yet to put everything on the line. So if I was JJ, I'm doing this. I'm going to chill behind you. I'm going to let you run your lines. I'm going to try to follow and stick with you. And when there's about 30 laps to go, I'm going to say, hey, all bets off and take it to the house. But, they don't want to wreck each other. They're just trying to race hard. And I think Sean's found something here late. And he's really, putting the laps down. JJ kind of hit the outside wall there. And, we saw this from, maybe it wasn't the outside wall. We saw JJ do this last time he was here when he was fighting for the race win against that guy behind him, Kart Racer. And, neither of these guys are currently up in the top 3 right now. So it just shows you how well these drivers have come back to this track and overall just been really performing really well. But you watch how he just ducks all the way into that inside off of the corner. And I just don't, it's crazy how he still maintains the speed he has. But it looks like Sean might have that advantage now. And, let's hop on with Culture real quick. He's in 4th. I know he wasn't running with anyone, but guys in the top 5 and doing just one of the best races I've seen him run all season long. Big props to him. Barcode has had a great card all day long. Just hasn't been able to fight up front. Bobbert's still trying to hang tight with Amoeba here. They got a really fast boy in front of them of MVP who was contending for race win tonight. Now, the big question is what is Aerovin going to do? Because Aerovin, though he was 10 laps short, could he pull anything off here with, some type of fuel strategy? He's by himself right now, so it makes me think that just maybe he is, and he definitely is. Look at him go, man. He's going to try. That's all power to him. He's got to save at least 10 laps of fuel, ladies and gentlemen. He has to save at least 10 laps of fuel. I don't know how that's going to be so possible as we get to the end here. As JRFE Blade now becoming a factor. And let's hop on with Blade. Blade currently running that 12th spot. Only 1 lap down in front of Flying Rosie, who's 3 laps down in this race. Blade, who's a regular at MEA, runs a lot of the MEA events, and it's just always good to have him here because you want to have those regulars, and it's one of those nice things. He hits the outside. Oh my gosh, he hit the outside wall, and it really just threw Amoeba off. I say nice things and things like that, but Bobberts, woo! We'll hop up there because Bobberts is now to the inside of Amoeba. That really shook Amoeba for a moment. Yeah, oh my gosh. Bobberts able to take the lead back. Blade gets out of the way for Flying Rosie, and Flying Rosie, you know, he's a couple more laps down than JRF Blade. So Blade, knowing that probably, not only that, Flying Rosie is a little bit faster than Blade right now, and you know that's definitely in the back of his mind. He's got a couple laps to work with, but look at Bobberts just fighting again, and woo! Here it comes, the pit cycle for the final time. MVP goes in as well. And would you look at that? He got in, no problems. But Bobberts has been so good in the pits tonight. Just so good. Like, you guys have no idea how good he's been. And if, at least if you've not been here all night, if you're just tuning in, this has been an exciting race from start to finish. Bobberts, all right. He's going to try to take advantage of a better pit stop. Oh, man, Bobberts barely gets in there. Man, he was almost on the grass line. And Dynamic Culture will get a lap in there today. He'll also lead one. Good job for Culture, getting that bonus point. Not sure how it does for him in the championship overall, but good for Culture to get that lap in. He's taking advantage of points, man. Every point matters. He's going to stay out for another lap. It's RZM Sean as well. He's still out there running around. And Sean, you know, we've been seeing this out of Sean all night. I don't think Sean can make it to the end, but JJ Red's putting pressure on ARC Samuel as he's still trying to hang tight with Sean. And you know, Sean sees this. He's probably thinking, this is nice. This is what I want. And Samuel's going to get out of the way for JJ there. Bobberts, on the other hand, is coming out in a fantastic stop again for Bobberts. Man. And I forgot about Arrow. Good old Arrow's out there running around. Well, we're gonna find out what Amoeba's made of, because he's definitely he's got to go. Sean still leads. Well, he did lead. So Sean's coming out, and we're gonna see how these two did in pits. And he's out. A good pit stop by Sean. But JJ's right there in the midst. Arrowvin's, he's fuel saving heavily. We'll see how much fuel saving he's got, because these guys can go full throttle. Amoeba having problems. Flying Rosie. Oh man, not sure if he got into it with Rosie there, but that gave up barcode. or gave Barcode a chance to possibly get by. I'm not sure if that was the factor. Bobberts, it's just Bobberts. This is gonna be cool. If Arrow can pull this off, kudos to him, man. He's doing a great job. Love to see a guy taking risks. And not only would that be an awesome win for Arrow, but that would be his first ever win in MEA. Representing BMS and all those guys that were here this season. We have Boost and Reeves and all them, and Arrow's been here through the thick and thin of it all. And JDMX Culture currently ranking 5th, 6th Sean, 7th Reds, 8th Cart, 9th Sammy who's in 5th, 10th Diamond Man who's the first car lap down. It is pretty wild. And I think Bobberts is dealing with, he's dealing with MVP. And MVP is on pace, he's just a lap down, so. This has been a barn burner. Old school term that I'm throwing out there for everyone. And as I'm saying it, I'm getting a little southern right there. You know, I'm not, I don't know why I do that. And I do that with everything I do. So when I start thinking of like a certain saying, I implement the wording or how it's said or the slang, whatever. And I try to say it that way. I don't know why, but yeah, this is Arrow's up there. He's a straightaway away from Bobberts. Not even. The gap's closing. 3 seconds of a difference. It went from 9 seconds during the pit cycle down to 3. I have never seen someone try to fuel save on an oval. At least it's been a while. And the guy that normally fuel saves is the guy that we're sitting on right now trying to get his first oval win. Looks like LMP Amoeba has finally broken the barrier between him and Barcode. Bobbert's now trying to deal with Diamond Man, and Diamond Man's not even going to make him work for it. He's going to let him go by. And Diamond Man says, I'm going to deal with the guy behind you. And that's a battle for 9th between MVP and Diamond Man. Let's hop on it for a moment. MVP's got a lot of pace. And you gotta wonder when Arrow's gonna put the jets on here. Let's actually check on Arrow. Let's listen to the car. It's gonna be, I don't know. He's still fuel saving. That gap is slowly closing. He's lifting. Now, I know he's had good pace in this car. I wonder if he's just waiting for Bobberts to get to him. Ooh, MVP got close to that rear bumper. Oh, that's not what we wanted. And there it is. MVP's looking for that pass. MVP should have no problem with the pass. And yeah, he got it right there, no problem. And we're gonna hop on to the race lead now. And it looks like Arrow says it's go time. And it is. He's not holding back now. It's green till the end here. Can Arrow hang on? Arrow was 10 laps short on fuel prior to his last stop. Trying to be a difference factor here tonight, to be another different winner. Only 2 other drivers have won back-to-back races this season. The top 2 right now have not won yet, and the fight is on for the win. And I'm not sure if Arrow knows what he can do here with the car. He's still fighting to the outside. Battle for the race lead down the back straightaway. And Bobberts will get back in line briefly. They're still fighting, still going at it. It's like 2 boxers heading toe to toe. That lap it was Arrow. Arrow knows now he can't fuel save anymore. That 9-second window that you had to safe. Oh no! Oh no! And Barber loses the car just slightly. And Barber's not only, they kept it green. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Aerovin. Arrow trying to keep it going here. So right now, Barbers has a little work to do to try to catch up to Barcode and Amoeba. $18 laps to go. Amoeba pushing the car as hard as he can out there. %, fuel still in the car for Arrow. And now Amoeba going to work on Arrow. Amoeba trying to do some work here. Sean's actually possibly going to put some pressure on Culture here. They still got JJ Reds right there in 7th. Still battle for the race lead. Down to the inside. He was still fighting. Arrow trying to do everything he can here to hold him off. It's so tight. And now Barcode trying to do some battling here. Barcode will get by for second. What's a card? That was Flying Rosie. Getting good. Oh, just a little bit of a touch there with Barcode and Arrow. Oh gosh. Roberts is moving and on the way, and oh my gosh, Flying Rosie is flying across the screen. Roberts is on the move. Would not think less if he is possibly driving with a lot of frustration. And Arrow's gonna have to pit. He didn't save enough fuel to make it to the end. Roberts is big time on the prow. There's no way Arrow gets to the end. He's gonna have to pit next time, at least. This is going to be tight. He's going to have to go low. Yep, and he has to. He cannot hold. He's not going to be able to stay up front. He's going to have to make that pit stop. He was 8 laps short. He was only able to save 2 laps of fuel. And now Barcode and Amoeba are duking it out. But it might be enough to help Roberts get back into the fight. And, I mean, Roberts is moving. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I've seen some crazy drives in my day. We've seen Katie do it last season in the final race. And that man's on the move. And he's moving. Barcode going for his first oval win. You know, Amoeba's going to do everything he can to fight for that. That lap being completed right here, it's cautionless the rest of the way. So can Roberts track them down? Will these two duke it out? ARC Samuel though, a lap down car. Now Amoeba and Barcode duking it out off of 4. Amoeba's trying to get down to the inside. Barcode doing a really good job to the outside. Let's get the ticker on. Time intervals is probably a little better for everybody. You can kind of count these laps a little bit easier. 4 laps to go. Roberts is in range. He needs them to do a little bit more fighting here. He's within 6 tenths now, 5 tenths. They got into it. Oh boy. Samuel's in front now. Roberts, this is what he wants to see. Barcode just trying to hang on as much as he can. Final 3 laps, 2 to go. ARC Samuel still in front of these guys, and Roberts is now in the fight! 3-car battle for the race lead with 2 laps to go! A Barcode fighting, trying to get by! Oh boy. 3 wide. The fight is on. Bobberts to the inside of Amoeba as they head into 3. White flag next time by. Bobberts trying to make one last throw at it. Amoeba not going to make it easy. Barcode, the race leader, white flag, 1 to go. Inside, Bobberts. I don't think he's going to get there, but he might get by Amoeba for the final time. It's going to be ESV Barcode, the winner at Homestead. Bobberts second, third Amoeba. Fourth, JDMX Culture. Fifth, RZX JJ Reds. Sixth, Sean. Seventh, Kart Racer. They had a nice little battle back there as well. Eighth, MVP. Ninth, Aerovin. Diamond Man 10th. 11th, ARC Samuel. JRV Blade 12th. And rounding out the field will be Flying Rosie. But Barcode steals the final race of the season and for the third time this series. And Barcode stealing one here tonight. And what a drive by Bobberts late. Almost able to get it done. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Post-race interviews coming up next here at MEA. So these guys in the back finishing up their final laps because Rosie was a few laps down. So we're just waiting for him to cross the line. And then we're going to get confirmation on the final results. And then we will have the interviews. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen, as Rosie goes whipping it around there at the end. And what a way to end the season. Let's get the top 5 in here. What a race by JDMX Culture. I know I've highlighted him so much today, but definitely one of the best races for him this season. And what a good time we've had. We didn't have a lot of cautions today. So just stay tuned here. We're going to get these drivers pulled in. We're going to talk to them. And a tough break for Bobberts today. Led so many laps. What a late drive by him. And the results, I do believe, are 100%. So I believe everybody's good there. So once again, what a race here at Homestead, and we are still waiting for JJ Reds, Bobberts, Barcode. I know that Amoeba and Culture are already in here, and if you guys are in here, go ahead and make sure you check off the party audio box for me. You as well, JJ, but you guys all know the drill. You guys have been here once or twice in your time in the series. So we were just waiting for Bobberts and Barcode. And where's Barcode? So we got Barcode, and we are waiting for Bobberts here. All right, so we're going to start without Bobberts for a minute. Because I guess he's a little upset with the end of that race. But nonetheless, for the four that are in here, go ahead and check off the party audio for me, please. And we will begin the process, starting with fifth place finisher RZX JJ Reds. And after last week, JJ, you, Amoeba, and Sean were all knocked out of the championship finale. So you guys were able to battle there at the end. Looks like Amoeba might have came out on top of that whole thing, but it doesn't take away from the type of season you guys have had. It was definitely a fight from start to finish, from day one at Daytona to here at Homestead in the final. And you had yourself a battle there at the end. We actually weren't on it. We were up front, and last we checked, it was Sean, you, and Kart Racer, and it looked like you three had a nice little battle there at the end. What did it take for you to get back into the top five and hold those guys off?
50 laps to go. Me and Sean, we didn't communicate at all, but I guess he kind of got the memo that the only way we're going to catch drivers we need to pass is just to push, because, I mean, I don't know. It was totally different. My race pace today, just involved in so many accidents that should have never happened. Should have raced people more aggressive than I did today, but basically we were just air pushing all the way up to I don't know who it was that was in fifth, or Culture, I think. And then with like 2 laps to go, I don't know, for some reason Diamond decided not to get out of the way and kind of screwed Sean's chance for a top 5. And I knew it's really hard to pass on the inside, especially with this tune, the old package, the new package. It really doesn't matter what tune you're using. It's just hard to pass on the inside. You have to rely on someone to make a mistake ahead of you. And then Sean tried to sit it in the 3 and 4 in the final lap, and I was able to close the door just in time. But fifth, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'm glad the series is over, and looking forward to different things now.
Well, JJ, you had an opportunity for a championship. I know that dwindled down late in the season, but to have that battle there at the end, at least there was something to fight for. I know you weren't too happy with your performance and overall pace today, but going through the season, and it's been a tough one for many different drivers, and there's been different opinions with tunes, driving, and all that stuff. These last 3-4 weeks, though, have been very good overall, and these are 2 races at Homestead where you guys were able to really get out there and flow, and it seemed like early on it was doing a good job, but and we did see you have a mistake in pits, but was the pit cycling tonight a big factor with how this race had pretty much played out for a good portion of people?
If you're referring to me, no, it definitely wasn't pit cycle. I was stuck behind Culture for the past 2 to 3 pit cycles. I was able to use my own race pace to catch up to him, and then I tried to get around him. I finally did for like, I don't know what the span of how many laps it was when I was right behind him, but I don't know whether I should beat myself up, or if I need to say maybe I could do this, look back on the stream and my point of view of my stream and say I could have done this, and I should have been a little bit more aggressive when trying to pass someone, but I mean, it's whatever.
And, JJ, you and Culture had such the battle. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. But you've had such the battle today. You closed the gap on him, but it seemed like Culture came ready to race today for sure. Definitely had probably one of the best performances he's had all season long. And when you finally got by him, you couldn't shake him. And it seemed like you guys were matching, lap for lap. You guys kind of crossed over a couple of times. Take us through that whole battle, because that was a battle that lasted a very long time today.
Only time he was able to pass me was only if we were approaching lap traffic, which we did quite a bit. And either he was able to pass me or he was able to get side by side with me, but I just, I honestly thought I could have had even a better result, maybe even a win, but with people just not, getting to go, not stepping on the gas, and it's just really frustrating for me as myself, devoting my time and energy to this series because I know it's a big one, and I thought I could have had a shot for a championship or even at least one race. I don't care which track it was, but apparently this season was not the case.
Well, obviously, JJ, not the result you're looking for today or the season in its entirety, but you've had some great moments this season. I know this track has been really good to you the last couple of times. Um, we'll be waiting quite a while for this series to come back, and hopefully fresher and better for everyone that had a struggle or a frustration. But overall, you've had a great championship run. You are going to finish top five in the championship point standings, so overall, congratulations on being able to do that, and hopefully, coming back to the series, we'll have some better luck. But congratulations on a top five tonight. And that was RZX JJ Reds, ladies and gentlemen, fifth overall. Not the happiest driver, but not the most disappointed driver either. Just not the night he wanted to have. We'll move up to the fourth place spot. That's JDMX Culture. And once again, if you just joined this party, just make sure your audio is checked off. But Culture, this had to be one of the best overall performances we've seen from you all season long. You looked really solid out there tonight. Not only that, you were with the pack for a good portion before the pit cycle, and then you and JJ went at it for a while, but you looked like you were ready to go tonight. Only one time in the race, it seemed like you were a little bit off, but this had to be your best performance of the season.
Yeah, it probably was. I wish I would have raced like this on the other ovals, but I mean, stuff happens, and congratulations to Bobberts too. He definitely earned it. But all season, I probably should have been a bit more aggressive. Like today, I kind of let myself get a little ran over in the first half of the season, and the road courses definitely didn't help me in the point standings. But I think I'm happy on where I finished overall.
You talked about, the passiveness you've had all season long, and that's something I highlighted during the broadcast was we were seeing a little bit more aggression out of you. It wasn't nothing too over the top, but you definitely it seemed like you definitely had enough of, I'm going to kind of sit back and let everyone do their thing, and later in the race I'll start making moves. And it seemed like you were aggressive early on. Was that the difference maker to you tonight than it has been throughout the season?
Well, I mean, last time I was here at Homestead, I didn't really have the pace to like catch up to people. It was more of me like holding off people and like battling side by side. I definitely lacked in like overall like fast pace. But I had enough pace to at least battle. That's kind of been the story every time I come here.
You talked about the struggles at road courses, and maybe that's something to get better at for sure. But your overall pace at the majority of these ovals and coming into these races, you've had good overall consistency, and that definitely has played a good dividend for you. And here you are tonight with probably the best overall performance of the season. And you come in as a rookie, you get in, you see all these other guys. The cap. Not only that, you've had a few top fives this season as well. And if I'm wrong, did you win the last Daytona? Because I have kind of forget who won
No,
that. No, I didn't think so.
I didn't.
Yeah, but
It was close. It was a long shot.
I know, and that's so horrible for me to forget. And I do apologize for asking that, but you just had a great season overall, and maybe not the way you'd like it to have played out either. But to cap it off with a top five and probably one of your best performances, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels good to end the season on somewhat of a high note. I would have liked to be more up there, more in the battle, but I mean, I'm definitely not mad or disappointed. Just wish I could have done a little bit better.
Well, we hope to see you back here in the MEA NASCAR Cup Series. It was great to have you this season, and you could get those rookie stripes off next time around. But fourth place here tonight, one of the best runs we've seen you have. It's great to see you do well up front and be able to stay up front. So congratulations on a fantastic night, and we'll hope to see you next time.
Yeah, thanks. I'll see you in the next series.
And that was JDMX Culture, ladies and gentlemen, fourth overall tonight, and one of the best overall performances we've seen from him all season. And it's good to have him in the series. We're going to move up to a man that I do believe clinched the runner-up spot. I might be wrong, and I'm sure I'm good at being wrong. But LMP Amoeba and Amoeba, it was a fight tonight, and I've noticed where it really hurt was the pitting for you. You had good pace, and it was very similar to MVP tonight, where MVP was fast enough to win this race, if not faster than mostly everybody at one point. But it seemed like the pit cycling was such a major factor tonight. Can you give us some insight on your pit stops and what was the difference factor between maybe you and Bobberts? Was it maybe a little slower getting in and getting out? Or, did you have any issues along the way? Because you had great pace. It just seemed like pits really got to you there.
Yeah, going into the pits, I might have just lost a little time. Going out, there's definitely nothing there. Maybe pit stalls had something to do with it too, but yeah, it sucks how you kind of can't practice it because how you got those tire barriers there unless you're in the lobby like this. So I just take it a little conservative because I'd rather lose a few seconds than go flying through the grass and wreck a bunch of people. So something to work on, I guess. But when that's the worst thing I can say about my race, I'll take it.
And, you talk about, and you're right. I mean, it's tough to be able to practice for this event if you don't got somebody to pull you in on this type of lobby. And unfortunately, the game doesn't let you do that in free play. And you're looking for that high, low risk, big reward type deal where you're hoping somebody else makes that mistake, and it just wasn't going that way for you. But when you got back out on track and when everything was hitting right, you were one of the fastest guys tonight. I mean, it was probably a 4-car race, and I said it where, if JJ was able to get by Barcode at one point, you had the 4 fastest cars up front, and MVP fell off, and then it just kind of didn't work out for everybody else, and then the guy that wins the race was the guy that no one really probably expected to do it tonight. So it was definitely a up and downhill battle for many people, but overall it looked like you were very fast. You had a couple of problems early on, but you really fought through the field. Overall, how do you feel you did tonight, and did you feel like getting through traffic was any difficult for you than it was before?
Oh yeah, it was difficult getting through traffic. I think last time we used this tune, we were still getting used to it, so there was more passing opportunities, but now we kind of all know how it drives, so he really just had to wait for someone to make a mistake. And yeah, there were at least 5 people running almost exactly the same lap times that if they were in front and there was no lap traffic in the way, they would have won. Robert should have won this race, but just everyone had problems. And yeah, things got rough, but yeah, it happens. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Well, it definitely seemed like a lot of the field was getting really accustomed to it. We saw it with JDMX culture and how that played into the JJ, who was really good last time here. Same with Kart Racer, and they weren't up there at the end, but here you are again. Another season's wrapped up for you, and take us over your entire season and how you felt you did, and do you feel like there could have been anything that could have been any different for you personally? Because this season, it seemed like you were a lot more conservative than you used to be compared when we talk about how you pit strategies and stuff like that. I felt like you were running a more conservative series this time around.
Yeah, I knew that there were some good drivers and I had to stay as close to them as possible and have luck go my way. No one had a perfect season. There are definitely times I got a ton of good luck, ton of bad luck that I wish I had a chance at the championship in this last race, but when you had a three-way battle for second in points, that was like 5 points between us all. It's exciting, and yeah, I can't be mad that I'm pretty sure I finished second in points. I'm not 100% positive on that, but we'll see. Yeah, congrats
And
to
that
Roberts on the championship.
And that'd be the third time in this series you've been runner-up if that's the case. And does that take a toll on you at all as a driver? Is it just just a little bump in the road that you still have to work on? And we know how hard you like this particular type of series. How much more motivated does it get you every time around, or does this one kind of sting a little bit with the way the season went?
It stings a little, but every time there's better drivers and more competition I've got to go against, and uh, Roberts is always just a little bit quicker or a little bit something that I just can't quite get past him. But I beat him in qualifying 2 times last week, so there's at least that I can look at.
Well, nonetheless, to me, but we know how important this series has been to you over the last few years, and another one in the books for you. But a great result tonight, a hard-fought season, and you got to take that away with some high praise. So, congratulations on third overall tonight, and we always look forward to having you back.
Yep, had some fun, but it is tough. Kind of glad it's over at the same time.
Well, congratulations on a good season and getting through it. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, that was Olympian MEA, third overall tonight. And we're going to move past Bobberts for a minute as we move up to the race winner, and that would be ESV Barcode. And Barcode, you had a good car all night. Not the guy we expected to see come out on top, but when everything seemed to go everybody else's way in a negative way, you took advantage of it, and there you were late leading the race, having some difficulty with that lap traffic car of Samuel there, which then brought Bobberts into the picture. How conservative were you, just trying to race there at the end, or were you just having a hard time getting by him?
I was a little conservative because honestly wasn't sure what he was honestly doing. I was trying to, in a way, use him to help Bobberts, but honestly I was just trying to not crash into him while still defending from Amoeba.
And you were in the mist all night, but it seemed like you just didn't have the car overall in pace to be up front to win this race. And you seem to have pretty good pit stops. I mean, your overall race tonight seemed to be pretty consistent. It didn't seem like you had many problems, and you were at the right place at the right time, and you got your first oval win here. So that had to feel pretty good finally, to get over that hump.
I mean, yeah, it was nice. Admittedly, kind of gifted with the circumstances for Bobberts, but I mean, yeah, it feels nice. I mean, race was overall decent apart from the middle where I spent like 6 laps straight just eating walls on every corner. And I lost so much time, it's ridiculous. But I mean, other than that, it was all right.
And I noticed that in the race where you seemed to started fading. Were you just trying to get that extra little out of the car every time and just overdrove the car just slightly off the edge?
Yeah, sometimes, and it was turning into early. It's just like losing 2/10 a lap or something, and it was just causing damage.
That's a lot to lose at a track like this or tracks like these where that tenth, that second, any type of slowdown really affects it. But what was the race like for you getting through the field? You had a couple of moments where you had to kind of fight back through it. You had a couple of restarts. Did you feel like you had a good car on the restarts? And how difficult was it dealing with the traffic in the moment, having everyone around you tonight compared to last time?
Honestly, I kind of got used to having people around me. If honest, like when I got into clean air, it felt honestly quite weird not having loads of cars around me, as I got quite accustomed to the understeer of being around people. Honestly.
Did you feel like you might have had a little bit more consistent pace with everyone around you than you were by yourself?
Yeah, honestly, it's just the car felt nicer for me when I was around people.
Well, though you might have not been able to fight for a championship, you surely did yourself a good one this season in your rookie season. Nonetheless, 3 wins. You missed 1 race. You had a couple of unfortunate circumstances, but overall, a good season for you and a good fight to get through the rankings. But congratulations, Barcode, on one heck of a season. If you had to take anything from this series, what would it have been?
I don't know, honestly. I haven't really thought of it.
You normally don't have much to go off of because I think I've asked that question a few times before, but I always ask. It was great having you, Barcode. We hope to see you back again, and we know that you become kind of the regular here at MEA, so we look forward to seeing you in the future, and congratulations on your race win tonight on a good season.
Yeah, thanks, and congrats to Bobberts.
And that was ESV Barcode, ladies and gentlemen, your winner for tonight's race. And we're going to move on to the man very not in the greatest of moods, but he led a lot of laps late, had one of the best cars in the field, and just an unfortunate battle there late, but fought so hard to get that second spot and almost almost was able to get the win. ESV Barbers, your 2022-23 MEA Season 5 NASCAR Cup Series champion. And congratulations, Barbers, on a 4th consecutive title in the series. I know it's not the way you wanted your race to end, but it's got to feel good to get 4 in a row.
I guess, but I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm just thinking that I don't even know what to say, if I'm honest. I'm annoyed. Try not to let, I don't know, I guess emotions get the better of me, but I don't want a repeat of years ago. Try and learn from, try and learn from that. But no, it feels a bit hollow. I won't admit, I won't lie, sorry. But I guess at the end of the day, you've got to stick around to win it. And yeah, obviously I got the consistent results, which helped. But I don't know, I'm just not feeling the best. I should have won that race tonight.
And a lot of people, including myself, probably agree with that. You had one of the best races ever. I mean, this place has been a slow build for you. You've come here over the seasons and the years, and every year it seems like you get a little better at Homestead. And it hasn't been like it's been dramatically horrible, for you. It's just been one of those places that you've slowly been able to get to the top of it. You finally got in a good position. You were about a half track length at one point due to all the problems on track, and you had some of the best pit stops tonight. I mean, take us through the pits for you tonight. I mean, it seemed like that was clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, I learnt my lesson from that, at least from 2 weeks ago. Took it a little cautious the first time. I think I could have gone a little quicker, especially on pit entrance. But yeah, then when realizing exactly where needed to break down and then knew what speed to take, it was just repeating the cycle over and over. So yeah, the pit stops at least I could say were the very good part tonight. And I guess as well after the incident, let's say, and I was firing with rage. I think I then pulled some of my best consistent laps out during that race at that point to try and catch up to the front two. But yeah, that's as much as I can say.
Well, I know that, and I know we had a brief already talk about it. I know you're not fond of what had happened, and obviously Aerovin was out there trying to save fuel. He was 8 laps short. He actually saved a couple of laps, but just not enough. And it's so frustrating in situations like that where you dominate a race and then just something like that happens based on, our angle. And I know everyone's got a different view and different feel of things. It just looked like a very light touch from Aero. You could definitely see the rear bumper clip. You got loose. You were able to save it, which kept you alive. But you're right. You ran some of the best laps there at the end. I felt like if you had a couple more laps, you probably could have stole that one because you got right by Amoeba on that last run, and you definitely had the pace to win it. But I know it's a heartbreaker for you, and this is a race that you've wanted so bad for a while, and I know we talked about before the race, and you always come here, and you this is one of your best ovals, if not the best oval for you overall outside of the Daytona. But I know it's a heartbreaker, but you're able to come back and fight through that adversity. Since finishing behind your teammate can't hurt that much.
I mean, that's always the next best thing. Is your teammate is the one who takes the victory. So that's the one saving grace and gratitude, I guess you could say, is that Barcode was there to pick up the paces and keep up the ESV winning. At least gets the 3 wins for us this season. So so kudos to Barcode on being in the right place at the right time. And well, obviously, on his rookie season, if he hadn't missed the first race as he generally does every season, he might get more championships himself. Who knows? He could have had that this season. But
I kind of wonder if he does it on purpose sometimes.
Yeah, that's something back. We could ask him. But either way,
I
it's
don't.
He says
yeah,
I don't.
yeah. Well, there we go then.
Well,
But no, it was good to get the move done on Amoeba. I didn't know if I had cleared him properly, so obviously I didn't cut down on him at the end. So I guess that felt good. Like at least overtaking one person, on a raging comeback, I guess is the best way to put it.
And we know that sometimes the anger tends to put the car a little bit faster.
Yes, that was the case because, I had then had, well, all that work to do. I had to catch back up 3.5 seconds and managed to do that. I was surprised I didn't fully spin, if I'm honest. So I suppose I could say even with this very old and slightly broken Xbox controller, it's done me good and it still works. It is an original one still, so it's done its job.
I feel that pain because I have the same thing now because my other headset,
No,
my other
I,
controller don't
I
work.
use it for all forms of league racing. So
It
and
tells you
it'll stay until it finally goes.
that's the best way to look at it. But looking at your season, Bob, it's in this championship, and I know that this championship necessarily isn't how you would have liked to win it. We obviously had lost a couple of drivers this season and some unfortunate circumstances, but you actually had some of the best luck out of bad luck, and not only that, you had some of the best consistent runs overall, and that's something that every year in this particular series you've done probably the best out of everybody. And you look at that and people could say all they want, well, he hasn't won on the oval, this is this, but the consistency is there. And that's something that you've been able to do every season. Do you feel like that is a huge factor for you in all these and these 4 championships that you've gotten?
Yeah, it always is. It always has been. It's always been about the consistency. But no, that's this season not getting a win. Having one taken away from me. That's what hurts the most. And I mean, after losing it at the last corner at Indy last season, I don't know what hurts more, that or, well, that was my own fault.
Oh, I forgot
But
about that.
this one, I think this one hurts more because I had the gap. I wasn't really under too much pressure. So, yeah, there'll be more chances, there'll be more times, but it's just getting very frustrating not to have won outside of the Daytona 500, which hopefully at least if I can, obviously we've got that next month for, spoiler alert, anybody, but so maybe I can reclaim that back again. But no, I'm sore. I'm pissed.
Well, we know
I'm just
that.
trying to keep cool.
Well, we know you're trying your best here, and I know I'm probably going to hear more about it when we go off the air. But nonetheless, Bobbers, congratulations on your 4th consecutive championship. Well earned, well deserved, and like you said, you got to be here to get it. And not only that, you got to be consistent and good at what you do. And Bobbers, you come in every series, and you always have the highest of hopes. You never really let a lot get to you. I know sometimes things can be a little sour, and nights like tonight can be really rough, but you're a 4-time champion in this series for good reason, and congratulations on your 4th consecutive MEA NASCAR Cup Series championship.
Thank you, and again, congrats to Barcode on the win, and obviously a big thank you to everybody who has partaken this season. Returning drivers, new drivers. We can all say we're glad to have had you, and yeah, it certainly has been a different one.
And that is ESV Bobberts. Once again, Bobberts, thank you for coming in here and with the interview. And he will finish 2nd overall after dominating this race today. Heartbreaking for him, but what a season we've had, ladies and gentlemen. It's been the most rockiest roller coaster ride I've ever had in the MEA NASCAR Cup Series. What could have been probably a really exciting championship run, obviously. For many, it didn't end up working out for them. But for Bobberts, he claims his 4th title in this series, and that's a feat that's going to probably be really hard to beat in the future for many that try to tackle this championship. And not only that, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. Right now, this is Bobberts' series, so congratulations to him on the 4th championship. I'm SSR Mayhem, and once again, like Bobberts had said, thank you all for being a part of the series, whether you're a driver, a fan, somebody beyond all that. We appreciate you for all sticking with us throughout this series. We got some new stuff coming up. Like he said, the Daytona 500 will be the day before the actual Daytona 500. Signups haven't begun already. We have the Big 4 Championship already out. If you're not following our Twitter or our Discord, check them out. Also, we have the Rally Cross Championship as well. That'll be coming out the same time as the Big 4 Championship. Once again, I'm SSR Mayhem. Thank you also for Tsunami, who was going to be here tonight. I think he fell asleep. I don't know for sure. But if he did, I love you still. And it was great to have you for a few races this season. And again, thank you for watching MEA. Until next time, here, we will say good night.